Victoria Caroline Adams on April 17, 1974, Victoria first caught the world's attention as Posh Spice, a member of the all-conquering all-girl group, the Spice Girls. The best-selling girl group in music history, they leapt to fame with their debut single Wannabe in 1996. The single went #1 in 31 countries around the world and instantly became a global phenomenon. 1 year and 4 #1 hits after finding fame with the Spice Girls, Posh Spice, named for her refined attitude and love of designer outfits, was struck by Cupid's arrow. After a chance meeting with young up-and-coming footballer David Beckham at a charity football match, Victoria and David immediately hit it off. Another year and 3 #1 hits later, and Posh and Becks announced their engagement. Then suddenly, on May 31st, 1998, Geri Halliwell, aka Ginger Spice, announced her departure from the Spice Girls. As a foursome, the group wasn't quite the same, and the lackluster sales of their third album, Forever, reflected that. Still, so much was happening in Victoria's personal life, she scarcely had time to worry about the future of the Spice Girls. On March the 4th, 1999, she gave birth to their first son, Brooklyn. Exactly 4 months later, David and Victoria made it official and tied the knot at Luttrelston Castle in Ireland. Young Brooklyn was the ring bearer. The wedding was estimated to have cost £500,000, and with 437 staff employed for the reception, no one was left with an empty glass. With her Spice Girls days behind her, Posh made an attempt at a solo music career. Her first single, Out of Your Mind, was received extremely well. Although it didn't quite make it to #1, peaking at #2 in the UK, it still was the highest selling single in its first week by any Spice Girl outside of the group. However, Out of Your Mind was to prove the high point of Posh's solo career. And after wasting 3 years and millions of pounds of record company money on breaking through as a solo artist, Victoria decided to focus her creative energy on something she was really passionate about: fashion. Having given birth to a second son, Romeo James, on September the 1st, 2002, she decided to try her hand at fashion design and discovered that she was quite good at it. In 2004, she designed a limited edition line for Rock & Republic titled VB Rocks, which mainly consisted of high-end jeans. In July of 2006, now with baby cruise David Beckham in tow, Posh launched her first line of sunglasses called DVB Eyewear. In no time at all, she'd released her own denim label, DVB Style, and Intimately Beckham, a his and hers fragrance line. Quite the entrepreneur, Posh continued to expand her fashion empire, and on June the 5th, 2007, launched her DVB denim collection in New York at the very reputable Saks Fifth Avenue. Her ability to create stylish clothes seemed to come effortlessly.
Good style is being true to yourself, wearing what suits you, what feels good, what you're comfortable in. For me, I never really follow trends, I just do what feels right and what I think suits me.
However, not everyone agreed that what felt right for Posh necessarily looked right. Richard Blackwell, famous for his annually released Worst Dressed list, delivered Victoria Beckham her first Hollywood flop by naming her the worst dressed celebrity of 2007. In one skinny mini monstrosity after another, pouty Posh can really wreck 'em, Blackwell said in his annual list of fashion fiascos among music, movie and television stars. Despite the criticism, Posh continued with her high-profile pursuit of a fashion career. She also fronted a campaign for more experienced designer Marc Jacobs.
You know, for me it was just such an honour. I'm such a fan of Marc's, and for me to do the campaign was a huge honour, very, very exciting.
With husband David reaching the end of his football career, it could be left to Victoria to continue expanding the Beckham empire. And with her entrepreneurial know-how, their financial future looks secure. enjoyed for the reception, no one was left with an empty glass. With her Spice Girls days behind her, Posh made an attempt at a solo music career. Her first single, Out of Your Mind, was received extremely well.